All right, I have to admit, and we talked about this after the game, me and Chris did, but it felt like after that Bears victory, where we just snuck out of there with one, it felt like Green Bay was gonna be almost a foregone victory. And then I started thinking about it more after I got off my excitement and all the things. And I started thinking about a few different things where I was like, ooh, is it going to be a foregone conclusion, or could this be another tricky, almost trap type game coming on Thanksgiving? So here's what I'm going to do in this video. I'm going to talk about why that could be, but also the great news that we just got. And it came from injury reports, both for the Lions and the Packers. Very interesting stuff. First, let me tell you, hey, we are on Twitter now, on X, whatever you want to call it. We love to be interacting with fans on that. And honestly, not so much fans, but just the Lions community. So make sure you like and subscribe that. Also subscribe to the channel here. So let's talk about this. Now, here's the interesting thing. Um, Obviously, nobody practiced today. They'll practice tomorrow. But teams are required to give their injury reports 3 days prior to the game starting. This will allow the other team preparation. I'm sure some of it's for betting and all of that kind of stuff, but they're there. So this is an estimated practice report. So as you can read right here, Jonah Jackson was the only player listed as a non-participant on Monday's estimated practice report. Okay. So that's the first thing. That is a big deal. All right. And we're going to talk later in this video about what to be watching, because I don't think Jonah Jackson's going to play. He has become very injury prone, but he can do some things that are really impressive. So, no, I'm not saying it's great that he's hurt. All right. I promise you, I'm not saying that. But I am going to say that it is great that we only have one player that is hurt going into the Turkey Day game. Now, things can change over over the next couple practices. The Green Bay Packers, however, are not so fortunate. All right, this is the second half of the great news. All right, here are all the non-participants in an estimated Monday practice. It's Devondre Campbell. It's Josiah DeGuara, backup tight end. It's Aaron Jones, knee. He already had that hamstring that's been keeping him struggling. All right, Luke Musgrave, the starting tight end, did not participate. Okay, we've got a lot going on here. I mean, a lot. All right, Wicks, the wide receiver, he got a concussion. He's not going to play. All right, Emmanuel Wilson, running back, did not practice. All right, so you have Jones, you have Wilson. They're both completely out of the practice. Then another running back, A.J. Dillon, he has a groin. I don't know about you, but groins are usually difficult to recover quickly from. And now you can look at the other people who put in limited practices: Jair Alexander, Corey Ballentine, all right, Rudy Ford, Rashawn Gary, like people that are absolutely crucial to what they do on this team. Elgin Jenkins is a limited participant. Kason Nixon. Are you kidding me with all this? Christian Watson. Oh my goodness. So people that are on the injury report for the Packers at the skill position levels: Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, Emmanuel Wilson, Wicks at wide receiver, Watson at wide receiver. Wow. Luke Musgrave at tight end. Luke Musgrave's backup, DeGuara, at tight end. 7 players? Are you kidding me right now? All right. Wow. Like, this changes the game big time. It may allow you to just stay back and play the pass. You can almost play it straight up, um so you can stick in there and make sure Jordan Love doesn't get out of the pocket, to make sure he doesn't do what Fields did to you, to make sure he doesn't get to improvise, because you don't need to send a bunch of extra resources at the playmakers. If Watson's not playing, you don't have to worry as much about the deep threat. If Wicks isn't playing, which he definitely probably won't, you don't have to worry as much about the deep threat. Romeo Doubs is good. He's a good player. I think honestly he's underutilized by the Packers, but he is not the deep threat. Just like St. Brown, phenomenal player. I'm not comparing Romeo Dubs to St. Brown. All I'm saying is that he tries to play a similar role, and that role is not going deep. That's all I'm saying. If you're struggling with that, now on the defensive side, what if Alexander's out and Nixon? Like, oh my goodness, they just traded away, I forgot his name, to the Buffalo Bills. Like, and then what if Gary's not in there? He's been their most prolific pass rusher. Wow. And then you look over at the Detroit Lions side, and oh, Jonah Jackson has a wrist. All right. So far, our playmakers are all still in. No jinx here. All right. We don't believe in jinxes, higher power. All right. But like at the same time, like that is bad for the Packers. And it's coming off a short week. So all these limited practices, all these questionables, it's going to be hard for them to get back quickly. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to share. I just thought this was some great, but also shocking news. Like, a lot of times the game's done and you're like, hey, we got through it healthy. And then you get the Wednesday report at practice and you're like, why are 5 players limited or not practicing? And you realize that, like, oh man, they were able to play through an injury, but the injury's not good. That seemingly hasn't happened. We will find out more information, especially on Wednesday, I believe. We will find out even more information. Everything happens really quick in this short week. So, anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. I'm not going to stall to make this thing longer. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. Get part of the Sports Talk Detroit community. We want to be your go-to source for Detroit Lions news on YouTube. And then follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. Why not? Sports Talk Detroit. Look us up. All right. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Go Lions.